Hey guys, how's it going? Fisher here. We're back with my XJ. Last time you saw this one, we were putting the 3-link system on it. Since we've got that one all done, today we're going to be comparing the 3-link system with the leaf springs over to the 4-link system with the coil springs. So we got both these Jeeps up here on the rocks. Today we're mostly going to be focusing on just the rear suspension. So this one's got leaves, this one's my XJ. Over here we've got Jason's. This one's on coil springs. This has got a rear 4-link system. But other than that, both of these Jeeps are almost identical. Both of them have the center section frame stiffeners, the front 3-link. They're both the 6.5-inch kit on 35-inch tires. These are almost identical on paper. So today we're really just going to be comparing the leaf springs versus the coil springs. So we've got both the Jeeps flexed out here. We're going to take these both up the RTI ramp, and we're going to run the course that we've got here at Iron Rock. So first we're going to take a little bit of time and we're going to talk about the advantages of each of these systems. First we're going to talk about the leaf springs and a couple advantages that these guys have. Leaf springs, they're super old. They've been around since before cars even existed. They're tried and true. They're already on your Jeep, and it may be the best upgrade for you to just get a new leaf pack. They already function a little bit like a sway bar. The more you load these, the more they resist being loaded. And that is a part of what affects the flex on these. They don't flex as much as coil springs. And even though if leaf springs don't quite flex as well as the coil springs, if budget is a concern, they may be perfect for you. People have been running leaf springs on XJs for decades now. And a lot of people are incredibly happy with the performance that they're getting out of their leaf springs. We've just got a better offering for you. So over here we've got our 4-link long arm system. This is a super good package. In terms of flexibility, it's really hard to beat. We've got our super heavy duty lower control arms, heavy duty upper control arms. The lower control arms have a clearance bend for ground clearance, and the upper control arms have another bend to clear the body of the vehicle to make sure that you're not going to make any contact with your stuff in the rear axle up. Another benefit that we've got here is that this comes with the truss in this kit. And we've got trusses for a ton of different axle options. We've got them for the 48.8, we've got them for the 14 bolt, we've got them for the 10.5 Sterling, and so many more options. We've even got a universal one if you want to get one of those for an axle that we don't already have a truss kit for. So we've already talked about a lot of the benefits of this kit. Now it's time to talk about a couple of the things to keep in mind when you're actually thinking about switching over to this. So the rear axle, we do have the truss for it, and it does have all the bracketry included with the kit, but you will need a welder to get this one installed on the vehicle. Another part of this system is you will need to think about what you're going to do with the exhaust. We already have a kit available for purchase that's got this muffler and a rear tail section in order to get the exhaust out from underneath the back of the vehicle. Now we've had customers in the past that'll do a dump straight here. You got to just keep in mind, but whatever you do with the exhaust, keep your flex joints out of the way of the exhaust. Because we've seen that before. If you get the flex joints really hot, the exhaust will cause them to melt and fail prematurely. So we've gone over the pros and cons of both of these kits a little bit, and you may be wondering, how do I choose? Which one should I go with? Should I go with the 4-link system or should I go with the leaf springs? And that's kind of a tough question. It really depends on your application. For myself personally, this isn't my daily driver anymore. It's kind of my toy now. It's a full-time toy. So I'm thinking I'm going to do the rear 4-link conversion. It drives really good on the road, so that's not a number one concern. What I really would like is I'd like to eliminate all of the axle wrap. Ever since I've re-geared with the leaf springs, I do notice a pinion vibration over 70 miles an hour, and we've got a really good pinion angle here. So when I switch over to the link system, we're going to have all of the adjustability in the world to get that pinion exactly where it needs to be. We're going to completely eliminate the axle wrap in the suspension system. We're going to gain a whole ton of articulation, and it's going to ride really nice on and off-road. So I think, personally, I'm going to stick with this system. And if you have any specific questions about which kit you think is going to be better for you, give us a call. I'm happy to help you. We can talk about it and we can come to a decision together. That's enough talking for this video. It's time to drive these. Pretty good. We did better this time now that we got a drive shaft installed. So we're here at the test course. We're going to take a minute and we're going to see how this one wheels. That's a big friggin' hole!
You need wires, man.
I gotta wire them. I love my job. Well, we got through it. We managed to make it through most of the challenges over in that pit. We're gonna try out the next Jeep now. We're gonna see how that one does. So much quieter. So we're gonna flex out the 4-link system now. We're gonna see how well this one does. It just keeps going.
There you go.
So we pretty much maxed out the RTI ramp. We're not quite there, but we're pretty darn close. That is a significant improvement over the leaf springs.
You're at 90.
90? What were we at before? 65?
I think so.
So we went plus 25.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty darn good. Now we're gonna try to take the same exact course that we took before in my XJ. We're gonna see how it does here. We're going to avoid the pit we hit last time because that's no good. We don't need that. Do it just the same as we did in my Jeep. One of the first things that I notice is the actual comfort when driving it. give it a little bump over the logs. There we go. That one certainly did much better through the course. In terms of getting over the obstacles, I felt it much easier in order to get that rear axle over. It didn't feel like I was dragging it as much. There is a little bit of a difference. This one's cheating a little bit. It does have a rear locker, so we've got that advantage in this one. One of the things that I noticed while driving this one through the pits is that these make a lot less noise than the leaf springs when going over. I don't know if you're able to hear it in the video, but when we were driving through there with the leaf springs, they're making popping and cracking and groaning throughout the entire time. None of that happens with this. It's a lot more confidence inspiring to be driving something that's got no flexibility for that pinion on those leaves. We've taken both of these through the course. We've talked a little bit about the pros and the cons of each of the systems. But at the end of the day, as you can see here today, whichever system you pick, you can take it through some serious terrain and you won't have any issues. We've got a great system with leaf springs, and we've got a great system with the coil springs. If you've got any questions about these products or anything else that we offer here at Iron Rock Off-Road, give me a call. Phone number here is 952-210-7185. Thank you.